Good morning. How are you? Well, we got a fair amount of snow coming down. Feels kind of wet, so I don't know how long it'll last. The There's a little bite in the air. That's nice. So I hope you're doing well. If you get out, watch your footing. And if I fall during this, you'll know why. I I enjoyed appearing with Ari last night on MSNBC. And one of the things he said that I didn't respond to when we were talking, but I understood what he was saying. He talked about recency. And I don't know if you caught it or not. But what he was saying is that what people hear last seems to influence what they think. So we were talking about Barr. So if Barr is going out and hasn't committed a crime in 2 weeks, we think, maybe he wasn't so bad. That's what he's saying. And that's why it's important to go through the data points to see what he did, so we don't lose sight of the fact of who he really is. When he was chosen and some of the other members of the cabinet were chosen, and we're talking about Trump's cabinet, such as it was, there was a confusion between essence and being. Okay, now I don't want to get too philosophical here, but here's the way I see it. Some people say the essence of the man is who he is, and then anything he does after that, they project onto the essence of the man. He's a good man, so he couldn't do this. He didn't understand. Amazing to me, aside from the cabinet, they did that with Trump himself. He doesn't understand. Does he really know what's going on? That kind of stuff. But I think existence precedes essence, meaning you are what you do. So if you've been doing terrible things, in Barr's case, like giving pardons to Bush associates who were involved in Iran-Contra to protect Bush 1, then that tells me who you are. And I should be factoring that in. Same with Ms. Barrett on the Supreme Court, and Kavanaugh, and a whole bunch of other people. So we can't ignore who these people really are. And the good news is we have Biden informing us of who the new cabinet is. And you may remember there was a real delay in Trump choosing his bad cabinet as it was. We got Biden as the best and the brightest, and Trump had the worst and the dullest. Now, because of the Electoral College, or so he says, now we have the Senate leader telling us that he accepts the fact, does he have a choice really, that Biden is our president. Now keep in mind that any alternative would force Republicans to decide to vote against Trump if they were to push this forward in any way. And that's why he's militated against the Senate having anything to do with challenging the electors and challenging the election. And there are still a couple of haywire people in the House that may try, but people will be sitting on their head, I suppose. So now it's full speed ahead to the inauguration with the most important intervening event, of course, is what happens on January the 5th when Georgia has its election. And the two senators that we might get to help us have the majority, that's an important race. And it's a race that's winnable in part because of some of the bizarre things happening. You have Trump going down there campaigning, and the two Senate candidates, as of this morning, as I understand it, are saying that Trump won the election. Go figure. Is that going to work with voters? I hope not. We'll find out. It's also, there's still something wrong. When we knew in May we had this problem with the coronavirus, we were going to talk about spending $3 trillion. Here we are in January, approaching, and mid and late December. And what are we going to do? We're going to now pass a bill for $900 billion, much less than the $3 trillion was originally proposed. And we're not going to get it done until the deadline of Friday for the budget. There's just something that's just wrong about our government when it takes that. So the good news is we have this great snowstorm, that we have people getting vaccinated, that Trump is disappearing into the foliage, and Biden is setting a direction for the nation, and some Republicans are coming out who plainly were opposed to Biden and expressing support. Oscar Wilde said if you do something long enough as an affectation or whatever, it becomes who you are. Well, I guess we could hope that if Republicans, some of them, could find some things to agree with the Democrats about, like Oscar Wilde said, they might become a governing body instead of a group of terrorists. It's pretty funny that Iran yesterday described Trump as a terrorist, but was careful not to embrace Biden too much. That would have been bad politics no matter what they think. So have a good day. Be careful in the snow. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.